cuties. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Days of Our Lives edition. Today is Tuesday, August the 9th, 2022. All right, y'all, let's get right into it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this an 8. As I always say, Days is always solid. I'm giving this an 8 because it was a little bit more piece of the puzzle for me, and I'm looking forward to knowing and seeing it all. All right, y'all. So we start off with Sean, Belle, and Jada. Jada has found out that Belle is Sean's wife, and she tells Belle it's nice to meet you and everything. And then Jada jacks it. Jada gets it on up out of there. And so that leaves Sean and Belle to talk. And as they're speaking, they just start talking about their day, and she tells them, she was over at the DeMera mansion because Ava had to sign some papers. And he was like, wow, she really married Jake. And she was like, it looks like it and everything. And he says, they talk about EJ. And he was like, so how is he and everything? And she was like, since she hasn't really talked to him much since she dumped him or left him or whatever. So then they start talking about each other. And she tells Sean, at the end of the day, no matter what happened, she didn't want that baby to be his. She admits that, but she says, I'm sad the way you lost the baby, lost custody and everything. I was like, no, why won't anybody go check on this poor baby? But anyway, so she's sad about the way he lost custody and everything of the baby, and he appreciates that. And then so they talk about him calling her his wife, and she said, she didn't mind it. Actually, she missed it. I said, wait, hold on, hold my mule. Oh, my mule. I know y'all not about to get these two back together just like that. After we have been through months of Belle being so mad at Sean that she slept with EJ, that she filed for a legal separation, then went and slept with EJ, and Sean moving Jan in because that was the mother of his child. And now, okay, let's just move on. So she's gonna move back into the house and sleep in Claire's room until they get their marriage back on track. And I said, you just forgive her that easily, Sean? Because at the end of the day, Belle is my girl, but she was tripping a little bit on certain things. Hear me out, because I still think Sean didn't handle it right, but Belle had left that marriage, and now all of a sudden, because it didn't work out with EJ, and because that wasn't Sean's child, now you want to work it out or whatever. Belle, I'm not with that. I mean, I understand circumstances change, but if you don't have to hop this fast. All right, let's move on, y'all. So then we see Nicole and Eric. And so she's outside or whatever, and she cracking jokes about stalking him and oh, look, you cleaned up nice or whatever. Eric is a good looking man anyways, though. But she was like, you cleaned up nice and whatever. And she was like, for your date. And he was like, how you know about that? I was stalking you. And she was like, I'm just playing. I heard you guys talking at the station. She was there to see Eric. He was like, yeah. And so then Miss Jada comes up and she said, I had an awkward run-in at the station. And so I had to get the heck out of there. And Nicole was like, yeah, awkward. And I'm like, Nicole, go on. So Jada and Eric go ahead and go inside the pub because they're at the pub, right? And he was like, oh, let me show you the room or whatever. And she was like, okay, cool. So they go on upstairs so he could show her the room. So then we we run into Brady, Chloe, and Kristen. Brady and Chloe are about to leave for work, and Kristen is there, and she says, I was looking for y'all and y'all are gone. And they said, we were looking for you. You've been missing for a day and a half or whatever. And she said, well, my brother died. And they were like, well, we didn't know you were close. And she said, anytime, a brother dies or whatever, she wants to mourn. She said, but it's not about me. Y'all not at work. So she tells Chloe, go do this task or whatever, get her the file. Or she'll have to write her up again. Harassment, but I mean, Chloe put herself in that position. But anyway, so then she starts talking to Brady, right? And baby, Kristen told Brady, we need to talk about us. And he said, there is no us. And she said, well, we have Rachel, so there's an us. And so they started talking or whatever. And he tells her, She tells him, I want to see Rachel. And he says she's in California. She said, bring her back. I haven't seen her. I'm finally free. I want to see her. I know she misses me. He said, you were a good mother, so I'm not gonna deny that. I'll bring her back. But you remember I have full custody. He said, now I would be willing to share custody with you if you give up your position at basic black, and you stop harassing me and Chloe. And she said, that's a good move. That's a nice move. A move I would have made, but I'm not gonna do it because you remember I was pardoned. So all my old crimes and everything, done. They're forgotten. So any basic lawyer could give me joint custody with you, sir. And that's exactly what the route I'm gonna go. And he said, I'm gonna fight you. And she said, okay. Krista don't care. I was like, how can you fight somebody that don't care? Anyways, and then she leaves. So, anyways, then we see Nicole and Chloe. So Chloe and Nicole, or she meets Chloe in front of the pub, and yeah, did y'all see Nicole was looking in through the window, like she looking hard too. And Chloe said, "What's going on?" And she said, "Nothing. I was just, checking my makeup." She said, "Oh, you look good." And then she said, "Do you have these files or whatever?" And Chloe said, "Yeah, I have them." And she's like, "Let's go inside." And so Chloe was like, "Okay." She said, "Because I need them for Christy." She was like, "Okay, let's go inside." So they go in there, and Nicole sees Eric and Jada going up the stairs. And when they sit down, she like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And Chloe was like, what? And she said that was Eric on his date or whatever. And he went upstairs. And Chloe was just like, and Nicole, like, why do you care? You got Rafe. And she said, it's not about that. Like, he just is getting into something. And Chloe had to tell her, girl, this is Eric we're talking about. I'm sure he's not gonna jump right into the sheets with Jada. And she said, but I don't know, he did just get out the priesthood. And I said, Nicole, why are you worried about this? You said that you were just friends with this man, always care for him. So why are you tripping? Or whatever. So then we see Jada and Eric come back downstairs. Now they had been upstairs and they had been talking about, getting to know each other more. And she does want the place. She's gonna take the room, and he told her she could redecorate. And then he also let her know that Belle is his sister, so that's who she met and everything. So then they go over to Nicole and Chloe, and they're talking. And so Chloe is the friend you need, right? Because she started asking like questions, but they were not obvious. She was just like, yeah, haven't I seen you around the Salem Inn? She was like, yeah, but and then Eric filled in the gap about, yeah, she's looking at a room for here so she could stop staying at the Salem Inn and everything. And then they talk about just Jada in particular, and how they're all related and everything. Because Eric tells Jada Nicole is dating his brother, and all. So it's they just make connections or whatever. And Nicole, when they left, Chloe was like, I'm not gonna lie, she was nice. There's nothing wrong with this girl. And Nicole was like, I don't know. So anyways, y'all, that was it with them. So then we see Nicole goes over to visit Rafe, and she's talking to him about, wait a minute, I missed somebody. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I missed Gabby and Rafe talking. I'm sorry. So Gabby and Rafe are speaking or whatever, and she tells him she don't know about Lee. She doesn't know how she feels about him yet, but she knows that Stefan was the love of her life. So Lee is not like that for her. You know what I mean? She's not that for her. But, Rafe told her to keep an open mind. You never know. But anyway, so he's done visiting with her. And she tries to reassure him about Eric because he's not confident. We all know it. Rafe, that's why you rushed this wedding to Nicole. That's why she rushed the wedding too, to prove to you that she was all in with you. And you rushed the wedding to make her prove that she was all in with you. But anyway, so they talk or whatever. And he tells her about Lee, and she says, yeah, he's been in some of the basic black meetings. He seems nice enough or whatever. And that's it with that, y'all. And then we move on to Brady and sorry. Yeah, we move on to Brady and Chloe. So when we see Brady and Chloe, she's just like, "How did it go with Kristen?" He said, "I might have lost that that bat war." No, that battle, but I'm going to win in the end. I'm gonna make her stop bothering us or whatever. I said, boy, you got your hands full. So then we see that, wait a minute. So then we see that Rolf and Lee had been talking, right? And he wants Rolf to wait to bring Stefan out. So we find out that, like, when Rolf was gone to prison, Stefan was the one who kept it all going. Because remember, Kristen said, "How did you keep this going?" He said, "Oh, it's machines." Well, Lee is the one who helped Rolf keep all of this, the machines and everything going. He found it in some kind of file or something where they was giving money away and sending money over, and that's when he found out it was this experiment. And so he is not a good guy, y'all. And I knew it because I was like, he's too nice. Like, Gabby, what you really know about this man? Like, he know you was with Jake and all that, and he still want to, like, in front of Jake's face and all that. It didn't make sense. Well, now we know because he's been probably wanting Gabby. But anyways, so he tells Rolf, like, "You're hiding stuff from me," because he put cameras in all over the mansion or whatever, right? And I said, well, if he has cameras in here, does he have them not all over the mansion, but in the room? Does he have them in all the tunnels? Because remember when Susan said there's evil in these tunnels, right? Remember that? And that was the night Abigail got killed, and everybody thought it was Leo that she was talking about, but she was talking about a different type of spirit or whatever. But anyways, let's keep going. So we find out Leah is the one who kept it all going for Rolf. He was in prison, and now he was like, "I have secret cameras, and I know you lying to me. I know you gave him Jake's heart." And he says, "Well, I was gonna tell you." He said, "But I don't know if the heart took or not." And so he said, "Well, did it?" He said, "Well, right now it's going spectacular." He said, "Well, I need him to have a setback." And he said, "What? I'm not gonna kill Stefano's namesake." And he said, "No, I know that. Like, I want Stefan to live too." He said, "But I need to solidify things with Gabby and with DeMiro and everything." And I said, "Lord, have mercy." And Gabby, you don't know what you don't got your hands into. But anyways, Rolf gonna help him. He gonna tell, because Rolf said, "Kristen not gonna like this, and I'm afraid of her." And he says, "Huh, I get that, but you should be more afraid of me." And I said, "Baby, you don't know Kristen. I mean, you seem like you crazy," because the way he was talking, I was like, "Whoa, sir, this is a different side of you." But we're gonna see. So, anyways, Kristen comes back and Rolf tells her Stefan has a slight setback, but they don't need to wake him up right now. And she's like, "I'm not liking what I'm hearing, but just wake him up soon or whatever." And so then we see Gabby goes with Lee, and he tells her, she tells him about meeting her brother. Talking to her brother and how he invited them over for dinner. And he's like, "Oh, I was surprised you to do that." And she was like, "Why?" He said, "Because I didn't know. I know I'm all in, but I didn't know if you were all in." And she says, I want to see where this goes." And then they hug, and baby, his eyes when they hug were like, he's determined to have her. Like I said, "Oh, girl, you ain't got the wrong one." And her eyes, when she hugged him, was like out of sadness. Like, this isn't really what I want, but it's presented itself, and I'm just gonna go with it. And I said, "Gabby, don't do this. Like, leave this man alone. That's the one you should leave alone." Plus, when Gabby find out that he has been keeping Stefan down there, ooh, child. But that was Days of Our Lives, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for another episode of What Happened on the Soaps, Days of Our Lives. Bye. Thank you for watching.